Standards of beauty are ever-changing across cultures. While some beauty standards have remained consistent in China since ancient times, others have recently evolved. Big eyes, a tall nose, a small frame, and of course a fair complexion. Whether it's for a man or woman, these are the most important factors when it comes to Chinese beauty standards. Throughout history, a small face with a pointy chin has been the mark of beauty for most Chinese women. Today, these features have been further categorized into different types of faces, some of which are considered less than ideal. The following are some of the main face types as defined by Chinese netizens. First love face, or Chulianlian. Perhaps the most loved of all the Chinese face types, the first love face represents purity and innocence. The overall face shape is still like an egg or melon seed, but the focus is on having a girl next door look. This means having large almond-shaped eyes, double eyelids that are not too wide, wild, thick eyebrows, tender lips, and a youthful and childlike appearance. People with this face type are discouraged from wearing heavy makeup. Catfish face, or Nian Yulian, is actually really interesting. Even though the image of a catfish might not exactly make you think of attractive people, this face type is considered the most alluring out of all the different face shapes. So it typically features a large mouth, thicker lips, a wide distance between the eyes, and a more, collapsed nose. Now, while these features might be seen as shortcomings by general Chinese beauty standards, when they come together, the look is actually considered super classy and sultry. Some famous celebrities with this face type include Shu Qi and Nini. Next up is the fox face, or Hulilian. Just like the name suggests, this face type has a bunch of foxy attributes. We're talking about foxy eyes, an M-shaped upper lip, and a sharper, more angular curve to both the mouth and the eyes. The eyebrows and eyes on a fox face are almost obliquely parallel and just a bit pointed. Good examples of celebrities with this kind of face are Fan Bingbing and Jenny Jiang. Goose Egg Face, or Edanlian, is also sometimes called a melon seed face, Guizilian. This has long been considered the traditional symbol of beauty in China. It's a small face with a soft but slightly pointy chin, paired with slightly rounded cheekbones and soft lines. The facial curve is oval and fuller, very much like a melon seed or, an egg. Frog face, or Qinghualian, is generally relegated to the not-so-attractive category. But luckily, some people actually view it as kind of cute and even find what are often said to be its negative traits pretty endearing. The hallmarks of a frog face are big, protruding eyes, wide double eyelids, a big mouth, and a short chin. Shoehorn face, or Zebazillion. Well, as you might have guessed from the name, this type of face is considered very unattractive. It consists of a very large chin that curves out and a flatter nose. In China, large chins are generally considered unattractive, so chin-shaving surgery is a popular option. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. However, some netizens say that the side profile of this face shape looks like a crescent moon, making it somewhat cute and endearing in its own way. White skin has long been a symbol of beauty in China and in many other Asian countries. If you walk down the streets of China on a sunny day, you'll notice women and men carrying an umbrella to shield themselves from the sun. Tanning isn't really a trend in China. In fact, the whiter your skin, the better it is considered. Good skin in general is seen as extremely important in China. This high regard for flawless skin has sparked a booming skincare industry in the country. Interestingly, the majority of Chinese consumers tend to favor foreign brands, especially those from South Korea and Japan. The influence of the Korean multi-step skincare routine has resulted in the rise of all sorts of expensive skincare products such as sheet masks, toners, serums, essences, and whitening and brightening creams. In fact, when it comes to body shape, the majority of Chinese women aspire to be very thin and dainty. Long, thin legs and a small waist are all the rage, and, over the years, netizens have engaged in a few bizarre and arguably unhealthy viral challenges to demonstrate the measurements needed for attaining the ideal level of thinness. Basically, the idea is to see how many coins you can rest on your collarbone. The more coins you can balance, the better. At least that's what the Collarbone Challenge, which popped up on Weibo back in 2015, suggests. In theory, the thinner you are, the more pronounced your collarbone is, making it easier to balance coins there. To demonstrate this, women began posting pictures all over Weibo, showing themselves balancing stacks of coins on their collarbones. Many netizens engaged in various spin-offs of the challenge in an effort to point out how ridiculous it was, since in reality how prominent one's collarbones are doesn't necessarily equate with one's fitness or health. A four-waist challenge, or A4 Yao. So this challenge involved taking a photo with an A4 piece of paper. Basically, if the piece of paper can cover your waist, then it means you're slim and, well, therefore have an ideal body type. Next up is the iPhone 6 challenge, which is also known as the iPhone Tui Tiaozhan or iPhone Tui Tiaozhan. In order to pass the iPhone leg, or the Pingguo Tui, that's Pingguo Tui Apple Leg challenge, you have to be able to cover the width of both knees with an iPhone 6. And, yeah, unfortunately the Plus models don't count, and neither does an iPad. Otherwise, your legs are just not as slim as they could be. So, let's talk about the belly button challenge, Fansho Moduki Tiaozhan. The concept is pretty much the same as the A4 paper challenge. Can you, wrap your arm behind your back and reach your belly button? If yes, congratulations. This means you have a good figure and honestly have cracked the code of eternal beauty. All jokes aside, these challenges have been heavily criticized, especially by Western media. They've been accused of being a type of body shaming that could promote unhealthy eating habits and body dysmorphia. It is estimated that as of 2018, the Chinese plastic surgery market is worth 495 billion CNY, which is around 70 billion USD. With more money to spend than ever before, more and more Chinese women and men are opting to have plastic surgery. Although the reasons can vary, the gradual rise in cosmetic surgery procedures in China is largely due to the following factors. So let's talk about South Korea and the K-pop influence. You know, South Korea has the highest rate of plastic surgeries per capita in the world. And, well, the influence of Korean culture has played quite a significant role in increasing plastic surgeries in China. It's also helped define beauty standards all over East Asia. Fascinating, isn't it? With its skilled surgeons and affordable prices, South Korea has, well, now become a plastic surgery capital of the world. It's attracting millions of Chinese tourists each year with its enticing plastic surgery travel packages. Quite the destination, huh? It's estimated that about 7 out of 10 foreigners who have plastic surgery in South Korea are from China. That's a pretty significant number, wouldn't you say? So the most common procedures include blepharoplasty, which is also known as double eyelid surgery, rhinoplasty, basically nose jobs, mentoplasty, or chin shaving surgery, and glutathione injections. These injections, by the way, slow pigmentation in the skin, creating a whiter skin tone. Better career and marriage prospects are often linked to appearance. Increasingly, jobs include taking photos as part of the interview process. And in China, it's also not uncommon to include photos in your resume. It's widely acknowledged that many employers openly discriminate based on looks, as well as gender and age. One of the best ways to increase your job prospects and advance your career is to look better. And so plastic surgery procedures are often seen as investments rather than superficial wastes of money. Looking better also means having better options in the dating pool, with the possibility of marrying someone more financially successful or better looking. In the West, Instagram and photo editing apps such as Facetune receive a lot of criticism for promoting unattainable beauty standards since they show a fake and distorted version of what people actually look like. The same is true for Chinese social media platforms. As a result of the rise of beauty apps such as Meitu, P2, and Camera 360, it's almost impossible to see an unfiltered photo on the Chinese internet. Many filters, really stick to the beauty standards we've already talked about. They automatically make your eyes look bigger, your face slimmer with a pointier chin, and your skin even whiter. So what about the men? Although the standards are a little different, honestly, the ideals of beauty for men in China are still almost the same as for women. White skin, a high-bridged nose, big eyes, and good height. These are like the most desirable traits for men. And, having good skin is also considered incredibly important for men. Actually, the male skincare industry in China is pretty huge, with an estimated worth of around 16 billion Chinese yuan, which is about 2.5 billion US dollars. Over the last decade, there's been an almost 20% increase in sales volume for male skincare products. That's a pretty significant jump, honestly. And again, there's a strong South Korean influence at play here, with Korean men being much more open about using skincare and makeup products. We are all exposed to largely unattainable ideals of physical beauty on a daily basis, and this constant exposure, well, it changes our perceptions of beauty on a pretty profound level. China's selfie culture and rising middle class, combined with a strong desire to fit the beauty mold, have all contributed to the exponential growth of the Chinese cosmetic industry in recent years. Some beauty ideals stay the same for years, while others are constantly changing. Pursuing many, if not most, of these frequently unrealistic beauty standards isn't particularly healthy, but knowing something about them can help you in your quest to better understand Chinese culture.